We've got a full agenda, so let's get started. My name is Tony Buono. I'm a professor in the management department, and I coordinate the Bentley Alliance for Ethics and Social Responsibility, kind of the essence of which you see behind me on this screen. I'm very pleased that the Mmofra Trom Bentley partnership will, as of today, be an official part of the Bentley Alliance. What we attempted to do, and this is something we started in January 2004, was to really give heightened awareness and visibility to ensure greater commitment to issues of ethics, civic engagement, and social responsibility. And so the goal of the Alliance is to bring together the 5 core centers and the various initiatives that exist on campus that deal with these issues. And we pride ourselves on dealing with the intersection of these different ideals. And I think the Bentley-Mmofra Trom project is a perfect example of that, bringing together academic opportunities, wonderful learning situations, but also then opportunities for our own professional development for students, staff, faculty. That we talk about working at the intersections between the arts and sciences and business. We're talking here about the opportunity to apply business skills, to engage in socially responsible activities, and true civic engagement on an international scale. I think when you see what has been done thus far and look at the potential that this type of project can have clearly for Mmofra Trom, for Trom, for Ghana, and for Bentley, I think what we see here is the type of paradigm that we would like to really see evolved and serve as a model for what could be done. So really it gives me great pleasure to start this off today, to introduce you to this project. And now what I'd like to do is to turn the podium over to Dale Kuntz, a professor in our economics department, who along with Diane Kellogg is one of the co-directors of the Bentley-Mmofra Trom project. Dale?
Thanks so much, Tony. On behalf of the Bentley-Mmofra Trom project, I would like to thank Tony for taking us under his wing and for all the support that the Alliance will provide us, I'm sure, in the years ahead as everyone on campus works to try to make this a very productive partnership, both for Bentley and for Mmofra Trom. Perhaps our main purpose here today is to welcome Olan Adjetey, the Director of Mmofra Trom. So welcome, Olan. And to thank him for all the wonderful work he and the others at Mmofra Trom do for the children in Ghana and for all the benefits that will come from the Bentley-Mmofra Trom project for Bentley students and faculty and staff over the next few years. In terms of our program today, a good part of the program will be devoted to hearing from Olan about Mmofra Trom and allowing you to see visually what Mmofra Trom is like and what you might experience if you go there as part of a course or as a service activity. We'll also hear from Christina Gregoire, an undergrad student at Bentley who has been to Mmofra Trom twice, both as part of a course and also as a part of a service project. And finally, we'll hear from and also thank Vinay Gokaldis and all of you who took part in the Wear Red for Africa project, which is going to have a lot of benefits for Mmofra Trom. So before we get to the rest of the program, I'm going to be very brief and just say a few words about the Bentley-Mmofra Trom project. Mmofra Trom means children's garden, and basically Mmofra Trom started as an orphanage near the capital of Accra in Ghana, and over the years it has developed into a orphanage and a community development center with the goal of supporting not just the children but the general economic and social development of that region of Ghana, the Somania region of Ghana. And most of the work in establishing that partnership has been the work of Olan and Professor Kellogg in the management department, and so we owe them a great deal of thanks for that. In terms of the project and what has happened to date, there have been a lot of activities linking Bentley with Mmofra Trom. On several occasions, groups of faculty and staff went to Mmofra Trom basically to examine the program there and to try to think of creative ways that Bentley could help Mmofra Trom and Mmofra Trom could enrich our educational experience here at Bentley. And also we've had last summer 12 undergraduate students travel to Mmofra Trom as part of a course on NGOs and economic development. Several of those students who are here today stayed into the fall semester and helped Olan with various tasks, providing some service to the orphanage. And Christina Gregoire returned last January and helped them with their computer system. And in terms of upcoming events, this coming summer, Professor Kellogg will be taking a group of undergrads to Mmofra Trom in a course called Leadership in the Developing World. Next spring, Professor Deichman from International Studies will be taking a group of students in a course called Geographic Perspectives on Sub-Saharan Africa. And those are just course-related things, but we hope as time goes on that other opportunities will arise both in Ghana and on the Bentley campus for all of us to try to enrich this partnership, to do things that will be good for the children at Mmofra Trom and will enrich our education and our experience here at Bentley. So my one message, I guess, would be to keep your eyes and your ears open for ways to be involved in this project. There will be on-campus events, there will be travel study opportunities, possibly internships and other service opportunities, and we hope we can see your commitment out there with all those red shirts, so we hope that you'll look for ways to be involved, and we know that your life will really be enriched by it, and that your education will be enriched by it. So on our program, a good deal of our program will be to hear from Olan and hear his thoughts on Mmofra Trom. But first, I'd like to welcome Christina Gregoire, a Bentley undergraduate student who's going to tell us about her experiences at Mmofra Trom and what you might expect if you participate. Christina.
See if I can set up this PowerPoint. I don't know if it's gonna work. So, my name's Christina Gregoire. I'm a junior at Bentley. I'm a finance major. And as Dale said, I've been to Ghana twice now. The first was in an economics development course taught by Dale and Diane. And the second time was as an NGO intern, is what they called me. But both experiences were extremely different. So if you go in a class versus as an intern, you're gonna get something completely different. The first time there was 12 students, a couple that are here today, Claudia, Cassie, John, and we basically were assigned one of the children. Mine was Malgwi, also known as Josephine, and we kind of were a mentor towards them, like a big brother, big sister relationship. We formed a lot of bonds, and I think that's what I took away from the most on this entire project, was just the bonds that you're able to form with the children. I'm going to try and make this short and sweet because everybody wants to hear from Olan, but I want to give you a student perspective. But we took the children on field trips and gave them the opportunity to experience things they haven't done before. I think what stood out in almost everybody's mind was the Volta River cruise. It was just like a 3-story ship, and we were in a pool and had a bunch of fun stuff. I think I have a couple of pictures, but these are some of the, I'm sorry, Claudia and Cassie, I forgot to ask, but these are some of our, the children that we had, and as you can see, we're all very happy. The kids are never frowning. They always want to play with you. They always want to be with you. They want to show you everything. I mean, they love having you there. So if you'll go, there will be no lack of anything to do, and you will always be busy, always playing, always reading. I think John might be here. Yeah, we took a lot of bus rides with the children, often fell asleep because we went late into the night, and a couple other places. We went to the botanical gardens, which is outside of Abori. We just took them around. I mean, it was more fun for us because we've never seen those big trees that they have over there. The kids were like, oh, it's just a tree. We're like, oh no. But this is the second trip I went on with the professors. We took them to see how beads were made at the CD bead factory. This was also a treat. Diane ended up getting them all bracelets, and that was interesting, getting them into this little store trying to get a bracelet. And then this was also the cruise ship. There's Kenzie and John, and we just kind of partnered up and took them around the ship, dancing. I think Keisha even sang. Here's another picture of the botanical gardens. Okay, I think that's enough pictures. We also built a chicken coop while we were there. Nothing big, but part of Mmofra Trom, they're like bringing in animals so that they can eventually sell them and make money for the orphans, for the orphanage and the school, so the school can be self-sustaining. But I think the worst thing was having to leave the children behind. They were the highlight of the trip, but leaving them behind was horrible. There was a lot of crying, a lot of dancing, a lot of saying goodbye, and you did not want to leave them. What else did I want to say? The first time I went, it gave me the ability to form the bonds that enabled me to go back the second time as an intern. The first time you go, you're not just representing Bentley, it's just like you're meeting all these people in Ghana that you can form connections with, and if I hadn't made the relationship I have with Olan, I would not have been able to go back on my own. But the second time I went was as an NGO intern. I stayed on site at the school and the orphanage by myself. The professors came and went, but I was by myself. And it was hard, but it was an experience I wouldn't give up. You get to blend right in and learn how the normal routine goes. I got to spend more time with each one of the children. The first time I was there, I spent a lot of time with Mabla and a lot of time with the girls mostly. I don't know why that worked out that way. But the second time, I got to see every child on their own, and I got to know all their personalities. So I guess what I want to say is I want to encourage everybody to go, to get involved. And while donating money is a good thing because this Red for Africa has come up with something good, the relationship that Bentley has with Mmofra Trom gives you the opportunity to go and get involved. And there's nothing, it's priceless to go there. You will experience something you never have, and I don't even know how to stress the importance of going. And I wish I could inspire you to go, but I'm not very inspiring, really. But the bonds that you have with the children and the people that you go with, I mean, if I see anybody around campus that I went with, it's just immediately, you just go into like, how are the children, how's this, how's that? And you feel good and you don't want to leave. So, and I can say I want to go back the third time if that means anything. I mean, I've already been back twice and I would go back in a heartbeat on my own. So I'm going to hand it over to to Olan, because that's really who you want to hear, not me. So thank you. Which one did you want first?
Thank you very much. I want to say Mimamwachi. Do you understand Mimamwachi? I say good morning to all of you. So you say Yeja. Good. Thank you very much. Really, I'm not used to speaking to such large audience, so if you see me shivering, please try to bear with me. And I don't know how I can really satisfy your curiosity, because I know most of you might be, willing to, hear so much from me. So what I'll be doing most of my, time is that I will give way for questions to be asked, so that I may be able to know what you're feeling now in your heads. Before I do that, I'd like to, try or attempt explaining the symbols that we have on the screen. Symbols forms part, a basic part of our cultural heritage. And I would like at least you to understand some of these symbols. I think some of you are really trying to know exactly what these symbols mean. So I'll start from the extreme end. If you can point to those symbols and then. Yes. The first one in our language means Nyame Biribi Wasro. That is how we term it. And it literally means it's a symbol of hope. And it means God is in heaven. So this symbol means a symbol of hope for whatever we are doing here. The second symbol is Ufru Duapa Ena Ye Piao. Ufru Duapa Ena Ye Piao. You know, it means we always want to support someone who is doing something good, or you support a very good cause, which of course you are doing here. Because we started with the project and we had very good response. So it means we are trying to climb a good tree. So you just needed a push. So that if you climbing the tree and then you want to pick something up there, you needed a push. And that's exactly what we are experiencing here. The third one, which is a national symbol. It's a national symbol, and it's Jinyame. 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 It's like your American listen, we trust in God, and we are saying except God. Except God. Jinyame literally means except God. So in all things that we do, I think our only hope and trust is God. And then the next one is Adinkrahini, which means the chief of all the, or the chief of all the Adinkras, which means that we are trying to put up an institution, that's the Mmofra Trom. There are other orphanages in Ghana, but we are trying to say that ours is going to be the chief of all the orphanages in Ghana. So that is that. And then the next one is Shemudria. That is the measuring stick. The next one is the measuring stick. I think in all things you do, there should be a kind of measure in whatever you do. Like you are in school, at the end of the semester, you needed to be tested to measure the level of your seriousness in school. So whatever we're doing, we have to have a measure of what we are doing to assess ourselves as to whether we are doing fine or we are not going. But as at now, I can tell you that we are doing very good. And then the last one is Akuma Ntuso. Akuma Ntuso simply means linked hearts. That's why there is an alliance between Hacks International, Mmofra Trom, and then Bentley College. We have linked our hearts and we are doing things together. That is the symbol of understanding and agreement. So I think this is basically what this symbol means. Before I would continue, I think I have to honor some people. And I will be happy if Tony, Dale, Christiana, Vinay, and Diane would step forward. I'll start with Tony. This thing I'm wearing, it's a hand-woven material, not a machine, but a hand-woven material. And these are some of the things that we will train our children in Mmofra Trom to do. So I would present this to Tony.
Thank you. This might actually get you to work.
And Dale? Do you see the name on it? Who's it for? Yes.
Thank you very much.
Christine, do you know what that symbol represents? What does it mean? Thinking people who think so much. And I think she's a thinking lady. What about this one? Another thinking young man. And all these gifts were in this bag. And I'm presenting the whole thing to that. You know, I thought of bringing a whole lot of things to you, but I had a limited space on the airplane that I brought. That's why I couldn't be able to bring so many things. But I have something for all of you after the show. So I'll give something to all of you. So thank you for listening. I want to, I think I didn't extend greetings from the children, Mmofra Trom children to you. I think I didn't do that. The children of Mmofra Trom says I should extend their warmest and sincere greetings to all of you here. So they are saying greetings, big greetings. Yeah, I have to introduce myself to you. At least you should know who I am. I'm Olan Adjetey, a native of Accra, Ghana. And I'm an electrical engineer. I did electrical engineering. And sometimes most people do not believe why I should train myself in a profession, and then all of a sudden I tend to do humanitarian work. Sometimes it seems a little bit crazy. What is wrong with this man to be trained for so many years and all of a sudden he said, no, let me be doing something else. So let me tell you how I got into this. I met with the founder of the NGO, that's Carol Gray, a British lady. And in the course of our conversation, she stressed the need to help suffering children of AIDS victims in Ghana and elsewhere. In fact, her message really touched my heart, and I felt the need to get involved in this project. The goals and the aims and the goals of this project were to nurture and train children give them shelter, give them good education, and then give them the necessary skills so that one day they may be able to take care of themselves and then go back to their villages and also help their communities. We realized that it was a very difficult task without the help of people or without the assistance of well-meaning people like you. So a lot of consultations were made, contacts, and appeals, which really yielded good results. And I think the involvement of Bentley is due to one of the numerous appeals which were made, why today we have that alliance. So we're so grateful to Bentley for really accepting to partner with us for such a good cause. And I think the next stage is I want to show two sets of pictures. That's the kids, the children of Mmofra Trom. And then secondly, what your donations and assistance is being able to do for the project. Yeah, we have 20 children in the home now. And we have their names written. Ebenezer. Yes, these are the kids. We have 11 boys and then 8 girls. Originally, we intended to have 100 kids in the home. But we've so far built 2 homes, which now accommodates these 20 kids. They are lovely kids, very lively than what you see on the screen. Yeah, I think they are very, very lively. I wish they are here for you to speak to them, to hold their hands, and you see how lovely they are. Those, if there is one person here who has an experience with any of these kids, I think I will spare him or her a minute of my time to describe her feelings and relationship with these kids, why she or he.
Joyce?
My name is Cassie, and I went in August with a group of students, and the girl I was paired up with is Joyce, and pretty much when you meet the children, you instantly fall in love with them. Like, I love Joyce. I love all the kids. I love all the girls, and when we had to leave, it was like the hardest thing I ever had to do, and I still write to them, and they write back, and it's just such instantaneous feeling of like just love towards another being that you just met. And I remember like we saw these pictures before we met them, and I would like look at them before we left, and when we first got there, like I recognized all their faces, and it brought me to tears because they were just so happy to see us, and they were just all these bundles of joy, and it was just such a blessing to be able to experience that firsthand.
Thank you very much. And I think most of us will be willing to see these kids with their naked eyes. Yes. And after saying the keys, we would like to know what your monies, your assistance, and whatever you've contributed has really done to the project. So we want to show you our structures, our homes where the children live, school where they attend school, and whatever we have on site. This young man, you recognize him, eh? Dark black face, you recognize him. It's me. Okay, here we are. This is the Mmofra Trom village. Over there, this is the place. We have two homes. The first home and then the second home, where these 20 kids lived. There are other developments which have not been captured now. But over there, you see our classroom blocks. I don't know whether it's very clear to you. These are our classroom blocks. We have 12 classrooms, an administration, a hostel, I'm seeing it very clear here, but I don't think that is how it appears on the screen. But it looks very beautiful. If you want to see it and then appreciate it, come and look at it here. But it's very beautiful. Go ahead. Yeah, when we first met with the natives or the inhabitants of Trom, that's the village where we operate, we really promised them job opportunities. And you may ask, how do you promise jobs when you are in to take care of orphan children? Can anyone tell me how you can promise people jobs when you don't have jobs? What do you think might be the opportunities for the people in the area to have jobs? Yes.